Hi guys, welcome back. We have a special video for you today. We've gathered all of the questions that we've gotten the most over the past 10 years. Questions that came in through our customer service, our YouTube channel, via the chat, email and in our superstore in the Netherlands. So make sure to watch this video before you buy your next helmet. We're going to be answering them rather quickly, so without further ado, let's get started. How heavy should a motorcycle helmet be? Helmets generally weigh between 1.2 to 1.9 kilos and the weight varies depending on helmet type and the materials used. Modular helmets tend to be slightly heavier than full-face helmets, and usually the lighter the helmet the better it is, as you'll experience much less neck fatigue. Can you put stickers on your motorcycle helmet? Yes, you can. Stickers shouldn't be able to compromise your helmet's ability to protect your head. Just don't place them over ventilation channels or on your visor. And consider that placing a sticker on your helmet may void your warranty, so check that as well. How tight should a motorcycle helmet be? Helmet sizing is pretty complicated. In a helmet you want a snug fit with even pressure on all sides of your head. A helmet should never cause discomfort or pain, but should also never leave any gaps between the padding and your head. We've got a full video on helmet sizing, I'll leave a link down below. What is the quietest helmet? We answer this question every year in our top 10 quietest helmets video, where we measure the noise levels of the best helmets on the market in decibels. It's usually one of the most popular videos on our channel, so you guys really care for this. Go check that out, I'll leave a link down below as well. How do I choose the right motorcycle helmet? The perfect helmet is different from rider to rider, but here are 3 important steps to finding yours. First, define a riding style. Second, get familiar with the criteria that can make for a good helmet. And third, measure the circumference of your head to find a helmet that fits. We've covered every detail of this topic in the video and I'll leave a link down below. How to clean a motorcycle helmet / visors? Well, there are 2 ways to go about it. Either you buy specific motorcycle helmet cleaning products that you can spray into the helmet, or you take the inner liner out and deal with common cleaning products you probably have laying around. We showcase both methods in our video on how to clean a motorcycle helmet. What must a motorcycle helmet have? Well, here's a list of criteria that will make for a better riding experience. A lightweight material, many shell sizes for a compact fit, good ventilation, good noise isolation, waterproofness, wind tunnel testing, a comfortable and adjustable inner liner, sturdy visor mechanism, adequate safety ratings, a Pinlock lens and speaker pockets. But you guessed it, we have a full buying guide video which you can find down below. Do we need a full face helmet or an open face helmet? Generally speaking, open face helmet is best suited for riders on a motorcycle scooter type vehicle who spend most of their time in an urban environment. A full face helmet is best suited for motorcycles capable of reaching and exceeding highway speeds, where protection of course is very important. Do motorcycle helmets break in? Yes, the inner liner of any good helmet is going to conform to the shape of your head over time, ultimately making it much more comfortable to wear. So a snug fit for a new helmet is a good thing. Can I wear a motorcycle helmet with my glasses? Well, most modern motorcycle helmets allow you to wear both your glasses and your helmet comfortably. They'll leave gaps or slants for the arms of your glasses, reducing the pressure on the side of your head. We've actually done a full video on glasses friendly helmets, so if this issue has been bothering you, find the link down below and watch the video. How to reduce wind noise in a motorcycle helmet. Wind noise inside a helmet depends on a lot of factors all the way through to the tiniest details. Some of the most important factors are the sizing of the helmet, the way the visor is sealed to the outer shell, and the way the inner liner is built. Keep in mind that earplugs are by far the most effective way to reduce the noise you experience in your helmet. Are carbon fiber helmets safer? No, carbon fiber helmets are not necessarily safer than fiberglass composite or polycarbonate helmets. What they are though is lighter, as carbon requires less material to reach the same level of strength as the other materials, making for a lighter helmet, and yes, it looks great as well. What is the best helmet material? Well, technically the answer would be carbon fiber, but this doesn't tell the whole story. In theory, all 2206 helmets are very close to one another in terms of safety, so the main difference between helmet materials is how they affect weight. And there are plenty of lightweight fiberglass composite helmets out there as well. So we've made a video on this topic so you can really understand the nuances and differences, so go check that out. Is a modular helmet as safe as a full face helmet? Generally speaking, full-face helmets are believed to be a bit safer compared to modular helmets, as they have a simpler, more rugged one-shell design, whereas modular helmets have a movable chin bar that can be flipped up and consists of more moving parts than a full-face helmet. Of course, there are a lot more factors that play into the safety of a helmet. So again, on this question, we've also made a full video on this topic that you can find on our channel, and I'll leave a link down below. Are expensive motorcycle helmets worth it? Expensive helmets can definitely be worth it, as they do tend to be lighter, more comfortable, quieter and ventilate better compared to entry-level or mid-range helmets. But there's also plenty of mid-range helmets that will provide an excellent riding experience. But not always. The important thing is to filter marketing gimmicks from features that actually add value. And we try to help you with that in our road test review. What helmet types are there? There are three main types of helmet that each have their own subcategories. There will be full face helmets that consist of subcategories race, sport touring, adventure and cross helmets. And then you have modular, which can be divided into flip up and flip over helmets. And finally, you have open face helmets that don't have a chin bar at all. When should I replace my helmet? Manufacturers typically advise you to replace your helmet after a serious impact or after 3 to 5 years, as the materials that hold your helmet together start to degrade over time. There are exceptions, so if you want to know every detail about this, we've done a video on this on our channel as well, so check the description for the link. Can I use a second-hand helmet? We strongly advise against wearing a second-hand helmet for multiple reasons. First off, a second-hand helmet has already conformed to the shape of the previous owner, which is far from optimal, as the smallest gaps between your padding and your face can reduce the helmet's capacity to protect you. Secondly, a lot of wear and tear is not always visible, while still certainly impacting the integrity of a helmet. What makes a helmet comfortable? The main influences on the comfort of a helmet are its inner liner, the weight of the helmet, the ventilation, the amount of wind resistance it generates and the noise levels you experience while wearing it. What are the best motorcycle gear brands? Answering this question requires a lot of data and careful consideration to make a fair comparison, which is why we've made a separate video on this topic not too long ago, so go check that out. What is the best helmet closure? Double D-ring or micrometric? Both are great. Double D-rings are considered to be the safest helmet closure and is actually mandatory in official riding competitions, both on racetracks and dirt tracks where accidents are much more likely. On the other hand, micrometric closures are much more convenient and easy to use. What is a Pinlock? A Pinlock lens is the single most important visor accessory. It creates an air insulation layer between the visor and the Pinlock to prevent it from fogging up. Nearly all modern helmets are prepared for a Pinlock lens, as it's important to keep visibility at all times. Can I bring a motorcycle helmet on a plane? Yes, bringing a helmet on a plane should not be a problem, but be sure to check for any travel restrictions on electronics if your helmet has a communication system installed. Can you use AirPods in a motorcycle helmet? Wearing AirPods in a motorcycle helmet is definitely possible, but we wouldn't recommend it as it's not that comfortable compared to a helmet communication system. Besides, taking impact on the sides of the helmet while wearing earplugs could lead to an ear injury. How to avoid motorcycle hair? Avoiding helmet hair can be a tough challenge, but here are some tips that you can try. First, try wearing a balaclava. This will act as a sort of protective layer between your hair and the inside of the helmet. Additionally, look for helmets that have a moisture-wicking inner liner. Are motorcycle helmets visors universal? No, most visors are specifically designed for a certain helmet model and cannot be used on others. In some cases, 2 or 3 helmets from the same brand will use the same visor, but even that is pretty uncommon. Are motorcycle helmets bulletproof? No, motorcycle helmets are not designed to deflect or absorb bullets, and even the toughest Arai helmet will get blown to pieces. How much does a motorcycle helmet cost? Motorcycle helmets don't have to be expensive, but they definitely can be. And I'd separate them in 3 different ranges. First off, entry level, which would be between 50 to 200 euros. Then mid-range, helmets ranging from 200 to 500 euros. And finally, high-end helmets that can cost you all the way up to 1800 euros. Which is the better helmet standard, ECE 2206 or DOT? It depends on who you ask, but I think most would agree that 2206 is the better standard solely based on the fact that it imposes stricter safety standards than DOT and is more in line with modern day protection capabilities of helmets. Be sure to check out a full comparison between the 2 standards on our channel. You'll find the link down below. Is it illegal to ride without a helmet? Naturally, the answer to this question changes from country to country, but that being said, most countries in Europe do have strict helmet laws that require you to wear a helmet regardless of age or experience. Australia, New Zealand and most countries in Asia also have a universal helmet laws that make it illegal to ride without a helmet. And that's it, 30 questions covered. If you still have a question you'd like to ask, don't hesitate to let us know. know in the comments down below. Be sure to head on over to championhelmets.com where we offer the most popular gear on the market for the lowest price with our lowest price guarantee. And you can even save more through very sharp discount bundles. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in your feed. Guys, buy smart and ride safe. Until next time.